Wake up. Kagehina, Tsukihina story Shoyo's point of view. Were you ever going to tell me? I heard him say. We were both sitting beside Tsukishima's hospital bed. I held on to Tsukishima's hand slightly tighter before I turned to face Kageyama. Tell you what, babe. My eyes were blurry, trying to hold back tears. But I could still see the sadness in my boyfriend's face. My heart ached as I focused on his eyes. I knew for a fact that something's bothering him. I felt his hands on both my cheeks. My free hand found its way on one of his. He looked straight into my eyes. I knew everything he said after this was from his heart. I love you, babe, so much more than you can imagine. I immediately tightened my hold on his hand. I know, babe, I love you too. He moved both our hands to his lips. He closed his eyes and kissed the back of my hand. I can feel sincerity there. When he opened his eyes, he lowered both our hands but kept them together. His other hand stayed on my cheek the entire time, as if not wanting to let go. His thumb made a caressing gesture on my cheek that made me close my eyes as if attempting to relax me. He always knew when I needed him. But you love him more? I didn't think I heard him right. I opened my eyes and stared on our hands that held together. Love who more? The hand that he had on my cheek left it and cupped my chin. He wanted me to look into his eyes. I love you, Shoyo. I know you love me too. But probably not as much as you love him. His eyes shifted to Tsukishima, who has been sleeping ever since he got out from the operating room. Everything came in a flashback. You know we're not just friends, Shoyo. Well, you're my best friend, Kei. So yeah, you're not just my friend. You're so much more than just a friend to me, Sho. But Tobio, I don't fucking care about Kageyama. I want you. Kei, please, Sho. I know you feel the same way. Can we talk about this somewhere else? This alley looks scary, Kei. Where? My place. Fine. Just before we were able to get out of that alley, someone came running towards us and bumped into me. Tsukishima was furious that I got hurt. He was about to punch the guy. But the guy managed to pull out a knife from his pocket and stabbed Tsukishima on his side. The guy started to run again, now away from us. The next thing I remember was me holding Tsukishima's hand on one hand and my phone on the other. I panicked while trying to call for help. I came back to reality when I heard his voice again. I've noticed for a while now, babe, but I decided to not pay attention to that thought. I just reminded myself you were best friends. I should not be putting malice on your actions. How you care about him that much? He was looking at our intertwined hands. The hand that was previously cupping my chin was now over those intertwined hands as well. His eyes started welling up. Babe, I noticed he had a small smile when he heard me say that, before his eyes were back on my eyes. When he wakes up, tell him how you feel, Shoyo. What? What do you mean? His hand returned to my cheek. My eyes started tearing up too. He wiped them. I love you. Never forget that. I want you to be happy and I know you're happier with him. Babe, you don't have to explain. I just know. I just hope he really loves you like I think he does. I felt his arms around me. My ears could hear him sobbing. My heart can't take it. My free arm answered his hug. I was going to remove my other hand from Tsukishima's, but I felt his hand stop my hand from breaking free. Let me fully hug you, babe. Please. Don't worry, Shoyo. I'll be okay. Don't leave him. He released himself from our hug. His lips went for mine. This was the sweetest yet loneliest kiss we had. He hugged me one more time as he said, I'll always be here for you. Remember that, okay, Shoyo? I nodded, burying my face on his neck. I'm sorry. I love you, Tobio. I heard him chuckle lightly. I love you too, Shoyo. He broke free from the hug in a rush. My eyes followed him as he headed to the door. Just before he closed it, our eyes met. Thank you. I can tell the smile he gave me was forced. It had a hint of sadness. I love you, Shoyo Boke. See you in practice. Then the door closed. I was left with Tsukishima still sleeping on his bed, my hand still holding his hand. I used my free hand to get my phone. I love you too, Kageyama. Message sent. I put my phone down and focused my attention on sleeping Kei. Wake up soon, Kay. I need to tell you something important.